Welcome to Lincoln, Nebraska, and to play some of the games immortals have called home. Johnny the Jet, Frazier, Crouch, Rozier, and many, many more have built this big red legacy as this crowd is ready to cheer on their beloved Cornhuskers. Today, two teams get set to square off in an intra-conference battle in the AAC. As we'll see, the Army Black Knights taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Black Knights will put total leather and we'll get started. He'll start the return inside his 5. The Cornhuskers offense will get the first crack at it here. And here he comes, and you may think that you can take a wide receiver. but Jesse, with this guy, he sort of believes, I'm him. I'm the dude.
Yeah, and he gives defensive coordinators nightmares, too. I swear, when you watch this guy's highlight tape, man, he scares you to death with his speed. He can take the top off the defense. He can change the game, David, on any given play.
And so how many different ways can I continue to give him touches? You know, they're going to split him out wide. I'd hand him the football. I'd throw it to him quick. I'd throw it to him deep.
Makes the grab on the right. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. You get a play like that and you feel like you can go in and finish the deal. It'll be 1st and 10 from just inside the 50. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
From the gun, the running back has it. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. They'll try to run for it. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. And the Huskers are moving quickly down the field. Single back formation, and they give it to him. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Listen, guys, this is one of the top 10 passing offenses in the entire country. Maybe they're trying to catch the defense napping by going goal line and running the football. Not a lot of success on that last play. Hey, bud, get back to doing what you do best. Throw the ball.
And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. To the air, it's Raiola. Using the quick game. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And the catch. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Looking for a crease, it's Spears. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Here's the handoff. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get 1st downs, and ultimately get some points.
And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good 3rd down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. The give to the single back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the opening drive, if he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for loss early. That is a statement play.
And he's got it inside the 10. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
And the defense drags him down.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Pop.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, they got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Army! Ready to try the point after. And the extra point puts them on top by 1. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you've played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
How bold will they be on third down after that last run? They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short. The Huskers will try to pin them back with the punt. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third down, he drops to throw. Finds his man. It's Spears. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Guys, it is Army who carries the lead into the quarter break. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get the... second. And the Black Knights will call on their punt team. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Quick completion to the right. Still running at the 40. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a run.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Quarterback on the keeper. He locked up and held on to bring him down. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Raiola. Finds a man in the middle. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. The Cornhuskers are rolling down the field.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
And the Huskers will line it up on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Snags it. Stop at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal.
Play action does so many things. When you run the football and have success, it slows everybody down. Not just the linebackers and the safeties and make them come up, but the defensive line. They're thinking run as well. Slows down the pass rush. Gives me a little bit more time to develop routes and make it really easy on my quarterback.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. And they stop him again for no gain, and it will be 3rd down.
Yeah, and if you go big, I'm going big. I'm going to bring in extra defensive linemen. I'm going to bring in my big physical linebackers. I'm expecting run. This is what they've done. This is what you do on this part of the field, so I'm going to play a
touchdown, Huskers! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
I think the days of running backs just...
Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3-and-out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Handoff from the gun. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He looks that one in nicely. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
I like the poise by the quarterback on that play, too, because a lot of times as a quarterback, you see the blitz coming, and immediately you want to audible, you want to try to throw the ball, but he knew that he had a good run play called, and he knew he could leave it on. Heads-up play by the QB.
Finds his big tight end. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. New set of downs after that completion. Gonna run it. It's Spears. And they just can't square him up, and he gets down to the 36.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting him drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
They'll stop him at the 31. Let's mark it off at 5 yards, and that will be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback checking off. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the big fella. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end. Picked up some yardage with that completion, now second down. Grab behind the line. It's Spears. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Guys at the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football. You can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
He'll just keep slinging it. Gets it out quickly. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. And guys, how much better does it feel if you go to that locker room with a lead? They have a chance to do it here. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Black Knights! That touchdown was a clinic in keeping your offense on the field and wearing the other defense out.
Sometimes your best defense is your own offense, being able to stay on the field. You're absolutely right, Reese. That was a clinic. Running the ball, playing at great rhythm and pace. QB making good, smart decisions and not shooting yourselves in the foot. No penalties, no turnovers. It doesn't get any better than that last drive.
Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Looking to throw, it's Raiola. Working the middle, it's complete. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. The Huskers have it with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Got his man quickly. At the 45 on his way. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. A new set of downs after the completion. Comes out throwing on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Hall. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. That's caught. It's Hall. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down. Clock's running. He wants it all. He snares it in the end zone. Offense set on 1st down. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Fires to the middle. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
Man, it's nice to have a quarterback that can do this. Last week he was unbelievable. This week, even better. This dude is absolutely on fire, in the zone, feeling it, using the whole field, doing whatever he wants, when he wants, how he wants.
He's back to throw on second down. He uncorks a laser deep down the middle.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him, getting the ball.
He'll take a deep shot here. And that ball is picked off. Trying to take it back. He's inside the 40. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, time for everyone to take a deep breath and digest what we just saw in Lincoln. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on third down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those 2 stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. And with that, back to the Sea of Red and our guys at Memorial Stadium.
All lined up and ready to go for a great second half ahead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. They start this third quarter, 1-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
At the 40, there he goes. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
I tell you what, with this kind of success on the ground, I think you 2 knuckleheads could call plays. I mean, that's how easy it is for this offense right now. They got the ground game working. It's really easy. Now you can open up for other things, but you guys could even try your hand because they're dominating right now.
And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. The give to the back. Trying to impose their will on the ground as he stopped after a 5-yard pickup to the 33.
I like this guy as a running back because he could run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
They're looking at a third down and short from the 33. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Got some room to run. The 40. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Dropping back, it's Raiola. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, look what I found. The offense keeps it.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running back. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Pocket starts to collapse. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. The Cornhuskers will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And he can't quite get it down or out of bounds. It's into the end zone for a touchback. Army has it back in the offense ready to go. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Still running at the 40. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. He makes the connection. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Short now. They snap it from their own 46. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Zings it complete to the right. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. And that's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Army!
And you want these guys that can take the top off of defense. It changes the way they're going to play coverage on you, and he does it right here. Just runs by the DB. He had no chance to try to catch up with him. Makes the big play down the field. And this will change the way you play defense against this guy the rest of the game.
On the run from inside his own 5. He had a vision of getting loose, but he'll go out of bounds at the 18. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
Looking to throw, it's Raiola. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. And the Huskers decide to punt it away. Slips through the line. And there he goes. Boy, did he show it all on that return. The speed, the explosiveness, and took a little momentum with him out of bounds. The Black Knights will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. They'll run it. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Black Knights! A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
On the move from inside his 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. He'll pull it on the read. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. Setting up the screen. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. And they got the completion, but still looking at a 3rd down. Looking to throw, it's Raiola. They're trying to get to it. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. The Huskers will send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He's got great speed. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. 1st down here for the offense. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. He's right on target. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the 3rd. Guys, it is Army who carries the lead into the quarter break. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. 2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. The give to the back. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. The Cornhuskers send out the punt unit. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. Mistakes are going to happen as they did on that last drive. Now how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
And the Black Knights get enough for the 1st down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big 1st down. The Black Knights come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. Slings it downfield. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch. Now across the 50 and at the 48-yard line, they'll have it 1st and 10. At the 35, he's loose. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26.
Well, there's the offense trying to take advantage of this running back speed. I like the call. Hand off to the left, to the outside. Put him in space and let him go to work.
They'll snap it from the 26 on first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Quarterback adapting. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble but couldn't create anything there. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Works his way ahead for about 3 yards, stopped at the 23. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Feeling some heat. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Miami is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now. But those fans that were there when the U was the U, they know this game is not over. They're trailing by just 2 to East Carolina.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Hall.
We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Going up top on first down. Pressure coming. Coming after him. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
Give that guy a lot of credit, man. He was able to somehow avoid that sack, but nobody open downfield, throws it away.
Scanning the field, it's Raiola. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
After that incompletion, fourth and long now on your own side of the field, you're trailing in the fourth quarter. What's your go-to play call here in the passing game? Where is the matchup that you trust?
Fires and picked off. Taking it the other way. He's at the 30. And a sensational return, and they finally stop him inside the 15.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession.
Headed to the end zone. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. From the gun. Fires into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Army. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the fourth. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
38, Nebraska, 20.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Hall. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. He's got his man. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And they spike it and get the clock stopped. Lining up to convert third down. Back to throw, it's Raiola. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. And the Huskers will bring the punt team onto the field. He'll try to really get into this one. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Army has it back and the offense ready to go. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense.
And he's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Black Knights! And the pummeling has started. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And they tacked on the extra point. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
45, Nebraska 20.
He'll bring it out. It's Hall. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Offense getting set for first down. They'll start this drive with a pass. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. The offense takes a timeout with 30 seconds left. Trying to find his man on first down. Didn't have much of a choice there but to get rid of it.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man.
Fires into traffic, intercepted. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be.